In the heart of a small, serene village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, lived a young boy named David. He was a quiet, humble Christian, often found with his nose in a book or helping his mother with household chores. Despite his gentle nature, David was often ridiculed by the other children. They mocked his worn-out clothes, his unkempt hair, and his penchant for reading instead of playing rough games. Bookworm, they would jeer, or Holy Dave, as they laughed and pointed. David bore the teasing with a patience beyond his years. He found solace in his faith, spending many hours in the village's small, old church. There, he would pray for strength and guidance, asking God to help him endure the cruelty of his peers. His mother, a wise and devout woman, always reminded him that God had a plan for everyone and that he must remain kind and true to his beliefs, no matter what others said. One fateful summer, disaster struck the village. A prolonged drought turned the once lush fields into barren land. Crops failed, and the river that flowed through the village dried up. The villagers, desperate and fearful, turned to their leaders, but no solution seemed forthcoming. With each passing day, the situation grew more dire, and the villagers' despair turned to anger and hopelessness. One evening, as David was praying alone in the church, he felt a sudden warmth and light envelop him. He heard a gentle, yet commanding voice that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "David, you have been chosen," the voice said. "Go to the highest hill at the edge of the forest. There you will find the source of your village's salvation." Filled with a sense of purpose, David hurried to his mother and told her what he had experienced. Though concerned for his safety, she trusted in God's will and allowed him to go. With nothing but his faith and a small satchel of provisions, David set off at dawn. The journey was arduous. The sun beat down mercilessly, and the dry, cracked earth seemed to stretch on forever. But David pressed on, driven by the conviction that he was meant to save his village. After 2 days of relentless walking, he reached the hilltop. There, he found a small, ancient well, overgrown with vines and seemingly long abandoned. Remembering the voice's instructions, David cleared the well and peered inside. To his amazement, he saw a faint glimmer of water at the bottom. He knelt down and prayed, asking for God's blessing. As he did, he felt a rumble beneath his feet. The ground shook, and suddenly, water began to gush from the well, pure and abundant. David quickly fashioned a makeshift pipeline from nearby bamboo and directed the water towards the village. He ran back, shouting for the villagers to follow him. They gathered in disbelief as they watched the once dry riverbed fill with fresh, flowing water. The drought was over. The villagers, astonished by the miracle, turned to David in awe and gratitude. No longer did they see him as the bookish, pious boy they once ridiculed. Instead, they saw a young man of immense faith and courage who had saved them from certain doom. David's faith and perseverance had not only brought water to their parched land, but had also united the village in hope and belief. From that day forward, David was revered as a hero. The nickname, Holy Dave, became a title of honor, and the once isolated boy became the beloved savior of his village. His story spread far and wide, a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and the belief that everyone, no matter how small or mocked, has a purpose in God's grand design.